First practice under the azure Algarve skies, and an opportunity for the field to discover whether the unusually slippery asphalt they experienced in 2020 had developed any grip over the winter. Carlos Sainz's session didn't start well, the Spaniard losing the driver's step from his Ferrari at the end of the pit lane, the debris causing several drivers to swerve to avoid damaging tyres as they ventured out for their installation laps. 2020 F2 runner-up Callum Ilott got the nod for Alfa Romeo, Antonio Giovinazzi making way for the young Briton, who announced his role as official reserve driver for the Swiss-Italian outfit earlier in the week. Valtteri Bottas was quickest of the morning, at a track at which he's proven adept. He topped all 3 practice sessions here in 2020, but was beaten to pole by his Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton. However, he finished the Grand Prix P3 and bagged the fastest lap too. The Flying Finn looks in fine fettle. The defending champion, meanwhile, had issues early on.
Bounces. It's pretty undrivable right now.
Yeah, copy. Looks like surface temp related. It's very cool.
We're going to need to box and get on with some serious changes.
The Silver Arrows have brought upgrades to Portugal as they battle to overcome the rear instability issues that were so apparent in testing. Portimao's undulating circuit proved popular and exciting on its substitute appearance in 2020, but conditions meant it wasn't all plain sailing. Several early flying laps were deleted, the gusty wind proving tricky for some. Max Verstappen complaining of losing the rear of his RB16B through turn 3.
What a joke, mate. I can't even see where I'm going, so much vibration.
Understood, Max. Well, if it's a safety concern for you, we're happy to box.
I'll just visit the dentist after the weekend.
But the Dutchman's speed was again apparent. P2 for the winner last time out. His Red Bull colleague Sergio Perez suffered a lock-up at turn 5, but a good session saw the Mexican finish with the 3rd fastest time. Sebastian Vettel took a brief trip to the McLaren pit box, the 4-time champion clearly still getting to grips with the circuit geography.
Okay, sorry for that. Had to happen at some point. Sorry, I was wondering why there's nobody there.
So Bottas fastest with a 1 minute 19.648, a time over a second slower than his best FP1 lap last year. Verstappen 2 100ths behind in second, almost 2/10ths quicker than his teammate. Charles Leclerc again impressed as he pushed the SF21 to the maximum, the Monegasque ahead of Hamilton in P5. And the always in touch Pierre Gasly was 6th. George Russell was an impressive P7, with Imola podium placer Lando Norris P8, ahead of Sainz and Esteban Ocon, who rounds out the top 10. Lance Stroll leads the bottom half for Aston Martin ahead of McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo. The other AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda, followed by 3 former champions, Fernando Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen and Vettel. Ilott finished 17th, with Nicholas Latifi's Williams caught in a Haas sandwich to complete the table.